Welcome back to the Tool Crib. Today we're going to be looking at a set of Capri mini bolt cutters. So recently I bought the Knipex 7101 200s, and these things are just awesome. But with the Knipex name, obviously they come with a pretty hefty price tag. So I was looking around, and there's actually several different manufacturers of these mini bolt cutters in this 8-inch form factor. So I decided to pick up one of the cheaper ones. Now this one is about $25. This is the Capri, I'm not really sure how you say that, Klinge or Klinge. I might be butchering that name. But these were about $25 on Amazon, where the Knipex are pretty much double that. They're about 50. So I figured for half the price, we'll just see if they're worth their money, basically. Now I have seen conflicting reviews on this. Some say they hold up pretty well. Others say when you start getting into hardened materials that they will deform pretty easily. So I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to test these against the Knipex, and the Knipex are just awesome. They just work fantastic. But for half the price, if these will cut, just kind of your standard stuff, soft wires, medium wires, cable, stuff like that, they might be worth their value to the right person if they're not cutting on hardened wire. So we're going to test them out, see how they work. Okay, so when we did the review on the Knipex 7101 200s, we went through this line of different stuff. Now I don't have any hardened material, spring wire, so I really can't test it against that. So what I can tell you is that these are made of chrome vanadium, the Knipex, and they claim to have a hardness rating of a 64 HRC, where in the Capri version they are chrome molybdenum, and they claim to have a hardness rating of 62 HRC. So it's a little bit less in capacity, but the only way we're going to know is if we try them out. So we'll set the Knipex to the side and we'll just work through this soft material first. So the first one is just regular 12 gauge stranded wire, soft wire, which these should have zero effort getting through there, and they do a fine job getting through, no issues. And we'll move on up. So the first one is going to be kind of your medium wire or medium steel. This is going to be just a 8-penny nail. So we'll see how it works on here. And that felt really good, actually. And the comfort grip handles in this particular model really feel nice as well. So it did fine there. Other than paint chip, I don't see anything wrong with the cutters yet. So we'll move on up to 12-penny. And that one worked pretty good as well. I don't really see any issue with that. Let me try that against the Knipex real quick, because now we're getting into this pretty tough material. They feel like they cut about the same. I still don't see any deformity that people have been claiming. So maybe it's going to take a little harder wire to get to see any real issues with that. So the next one is galvanized 9 wire, and it handled that just fine as well. Still nothing. Then we go into some picture frame wire. This is just 30-pound. Now I could tell you that it did okay cutting through there, but I had to give it a little bit more. Where the Knipex, a little sharper, a little easier to cut through that stuff. Maybe they're about the same. So it didn't do too bad on that. Let's get into some 5/32 galvanized cable when we get down a little further, so that doesn't splay out on us. And we'll just give it a try. Well, that cut just fine through there. That didn't have any issue. It's not quite as clean as I would have liked it, but it did fine getting through there. And unfortunately, I don't have any hardwire, so the last thing that we're going to be cutting through is going to be just 3/16 steel rod. So we'll see how it handles these. Now, this, like the Knipex, are probably going to have to crimp it and then move it closer to the fulcrum to get it to cut through. Oh, that's pretty tough, actually. So we'll have to bite that a couple different times. But it seems to be going through there without any issue. So apart from paint chips, it did a fine job cutting through there. The Knipex is about the same. I think it's maybe just slightly easier with the Knipex. We'll see. Let me just give this one a try real quick and see how I like it. I think those comfort grip handles make a big difference. Maybe I should have got these with comfort grip. It's a little less ergonomic, if you will. I mean, you get a better grip with these because they're not expanded, but that handle actually feels pretty nice. Now the Knipex also comes with ergonomic handles, those comfort grip handles, which I got a set of those coming as well. But these seem to do all right. I mean, I don't see any issues other than just some paint wearing off of them. I don't see any deformity whatsoever in the cutters themselves. So, you know, this is one of those things that without long-term use, you're not really going to know. And when you start getting into hard wires, that you might, as a lot of those reviews have indicated, see some major differences between the higher quality brand of Knipex and these. So it's really tough to say unless you're really getting on, you know, cutting through those hard wire stuff. But I'm going to try this 3/16 again, and it did a fine job. So I'm going to say these are going to be okay. If you're not cutting through hardwire stuff, then maybe these are the right option for you. The Capri Klinge, I'm not sure how they pronounce that, but they seem to be doing all right. I'm going to obviously withhold judgment until I get some harder wire to cut against these. But for half the price of the Knipex, I mean, you got to give them a look, don't you? Because they're very similar in design overall. Now, they don't have the catch here on the back, the wire pull or nail pull, whichever you're using it for, that the Knipex have, but they're very comfortable to use. And so far, so good. Well, this has been a look at the Capri 8-inch mini bolt cutters. Again, you know, you're just going to have to use them to know. But so far, from what I've seen, they do pretty good. My name is Ben. You've been watching the Texas Tool Crib. Appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one.